This is exactly right.
The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why there's Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's US-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, what if it turns out you don't like it or need it, but they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye.
Get into the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event and get away with a deal so right, it almost feels wrong.
Right now, you can get great deals on Hyundai's most popular models,
including the adventure-ready SUVs like the Hyundai Santa Fe or Santa Fe Hybrid and the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid.
Plus, there's the bold and stylish Elantra loaded with the latest tech.
Or go all-electric with the Ioniq 5 or the Ioniq 9.
So get down to your local Hyundai dealer and get away with a deal you'll love during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Visit HyundaiUSA.com for details.
Goodbye. Chief Caribbean's Jet Set July sale is here.
Right now, save $200 on vacation packages of 4 nights or more with promo code 200BEACH.
Whether you're dreaming of Cancun, Jamaica, or the Dominican Republic, your next vacay just got more affordable.
Don't let summer pass you by without the beach.
Use promo code 200BEACH and get more sand for your dollar.
Head to cheapcaribbean.com today to book your beach vacay.
Goodbye.
Hello and welcome.
Happy 2019.
Oh my God. We are back for a brand new year of a brand new podcast year.
That's 3 years old.
It's 3 years old this month. Is it this month?
This month.
Oh shit, girl.
Dude, that's so many years to be in podcasting years. That's what?
3 years.
That's like 104 years.
But it feels like 17 minutes.
It does.
This thing has been like it's like stepping onto an elevator and then being like, oh my God, the cable broke.
Yeah, but it's flying upward into success land.
Into success ceiling.
And not downward into you get crushed, Bill.
No, but our stomachs are still in our throats.
That's right.
The exact same feeling of panic and fear.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for it to now go downwards and kill us even harder than it would have had we not traveled upward. Whatever. I don't know what's happening.
I may have chosen the most negative metaphor possible for the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Which explains everything.
That's my style.
It explains everything about us and about this podcast called My Favorite Murder.
Did you know that?
That's Karen Kilgariff.
And that's Georgia Hardstark.
Fresh from 2018.
Fuck that year.
The year is gone. Goodbye.
Goodbye. It's a fresh, brand new year.
Do you make resolutions?
Yes, I did. But it's also one, because I realize we talk about so much stuff on this podcast and we are so constantly like vomiting personal shit on this podcast. And like when I went to make resolutions, I'm like, no, this is just shit I've been talking about for a long time that like I've been declaring.
You know what you've been promising yourself because you say it weekly.
Yes.
Okay.
But I really think that I want to truly start for real.
No, but this time is for real. 2019 is a brand new year. It has a nice ring to it.
But I honestly want to start saying yes to things even when I want to say no.
Okay, maybe the other times were like, just trial periods and you've kind of practiced and give it a little shot. And now it's like, vroom.
Well, for that specific one, it's very easy to say you want to do that. But when things come up, there's such a resounding no that it's like, well, this is purely logic. It's not my opinion. I simply cannot do this thing.
Like, what do you mean?
Anything.
What if the correct answer is no?
Right.
What if you shouldn't be doing it?
Well, my problem is I always think the correct answer is no.
Okay.
That's my go-to.
Maybe you're wrong 50% of the time.
I do, at least. I think I've proven here that I'm wrong about 78% of the time. But it's that weird habit of what I do is pre-write what's going to happen. And based on what I make up, I don't like those results. Therefore, I'm going to A, stay home, B, not try to do something, whatever.
Yeah.
So I just think basically the saying yes, forcing myself into discomfort, therefore progress being made is my new plan.
Okay.
For 2019.
Okay.
How about yourself?
I don't really usually make resolutions, but I am reading Daring Greatly again for the 100th time.
Sure.
And so I would like to...
Daring Greatly by Brene Brown, a book recommendation we've made many times on the show.
To be more aware and appreciative in the moment, because I think that we do this thing, and she talks about it, where anything that's happy and joyous, as we just said, you add on and this is what's going to go wrong with it.
Yes.
So instead it's like, well, what if we were just like took a minute and we're like to have, to appreciate it and have gratitude, and having anxiety. We're about to start our new tour. Traveling is really hard for me and scary. So to actually take a moment and enjoy it and add it up.
That's a great plan. Also because I think it's not just traveling. The whole thing is we've been doing things that are incredibly daunting, pretending that we do them all the time, just so we can do them and get them done. Like I remember the very beginning, and you were just like, I do not like traveling. And like, there was some real, like, we have to do this and we can't do this. And that went away very quickly because you just did it. So you didn't stay home and go, no, I don't do that. You just said, I don't want to.
Yeah.
And then I
need to find a way to make it happen.
Yeah.
You can't say no to shit like that.
No, you can't, girl. I'm making the international money sign with my fingers right now.
I didn't know that was just for me, or if you were doing that.
I kind of was doing just for you. And then I thought, it's going to read.
Yeah.
You're going to hear the greed in my fingers as I do that.
But yeah, so there's ways to prepare oneself so that traveling that your anxiety that is going to come won't hit you in the face. And you'll be shocked by it every fucking time, like preparing my stories ahead of time, planning on doing certain things in every city, So I'm trying to do that right now.
It definitely makes it easier, but I know, and I think that's probably the same reason you do it, is when you have a thing that you have to get done that distracts you.
Oh, right.
That's the problem. Then flying is no longer the problem. Fear of imminent death is no longer the problem.
Yeah.
Something bad happening when you leave is no longer the problem. Suddenly the problem is you haven't gotten your homework done.
Right.
And you can focus on that entirely and not worry about the things that normally worry you.
Bad.
No, I'm saying that
that's good.
You were probably doing that for that reason.
Okay. Because it feels better to worry about homework than it does that Elvis is going to die while I'm gone.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of being on a plane at all anymore.
No, we've done it so much.
Yeah.
Cause I used to have a lot of it wasn't even fear of flying, but just that thing of the effort. Like, this isn't going to be worth the pain.
Right.
Or something, which is such insane. I'm not 82. I don't know. It's like I'm just doing an impression of my grandmother all the time. I don't know why. It's so irritating. But I did tell you this already, and you had the funniest reaction. But I think it's a pretty good story that's a little bit symbolic of just the experience that we've been having. Again, no complaints. But I think it was August, but I can't remember exactly the month. I sprained my ankle pretty bad.
Jesus.
And I'm sure I talked about it in the show. I was walking George. I was with my friend Dawn. I was pointing something out over my shoulder like it was a commercial, rolled my ankle off the side of the sidewalk, and then basically looked at Dawn and said, you have to go get George. And I have to make it into the house before this thing blows up because I won't be able to walk on it. So I quickly limped back to my house, put my foot up, and then just had a terrible sprain for weeks and weeks. But of course, our fall tour was coming up.
Yeah.
And I knew I wouldn't be able, all I could think of was you can't walk out on that stage with a weird limp. like that moment where we go out on stage at the live show is such a big moment for us. And it's so exciting. And you don't want to be all
want one crutch under your armpit. Hobbling out.
Tennis ball at the bottom.
Yeah.
Just ew, what?
Or I carry you on my back.
And
that could make it, you could look cute. We're we're best friends. And I'm carrying you on my back. And it's really that Karen.
But how? How aerodynamically? How could you do it? So basically, I put my foot up. I was just like, I don't have time for this right now. And then we went on tour and it was fine.
I have to say, you hobbled without a complaint through so many airports where I could tell you were in pain.
Yes.
And I could tell you were using that away suitcase for fucking keeping you up.
It was my secret walker. I will say this. Here's a free commercial for away suitcases. They're not just wonderfully convenient suitcases that make it easier for you to overpack. They also double as a walker, a very hip, modern walker.
They got that side roll thing that's so fucking amazing.
Yes. And if you get that away suitcase on the side of your sprain, you're golden. Okay. So when I went home for Christmas, on the first day back, I was going to pick Nora up from grammar school. She's in grammar school. It was at the grammar school.
Where?
The same one I went to. So I'm walking up the back entrance, and for some reason, and I kind of want to sue the city over this, but they do this thing on some of the streets in Petaluma where as you go into the ditch area, like there's the asphalt of the road. And then as it goes kind of toward the sidewalk cement, it turns into cobblestone. Almost like this is what it used to be like, which is so irritating.
It's charming to look at. Yeah. Hazardous
when you have to look at your phone 24 hours a day. Another issue that I don't even have time to address.
2019. We'll deal with it.
2021. We'll get there. So
when the grid goes down, it's going to take care of itself.
That's right. And take it off the to-do list.
That's right.
So as I'm walking up, looking at my phone, there is a mini cobblestone pothole, foot-sized pothole, and I wrench my ankle. Same ankle, roll it again, freeze. Don't fall down this time. Last time I fell all the way down, which was very embarrassing.
Did you do that? Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Yes,
thing?
Because it made the same crack. It was equally horrible. And I froze like, is this going to be the worst? And then the wave of pain didn't come and this didn't come. And so I'm like, okay. So I kind of like very casually, as I've taught myself to do, hobbled up this fucking flight of 10 stairs. I realized Nora's not on the playground. She's on the upper sidewalk waiting for me on the other sidewalk. So I have to walk up there. But I'm like waving her down without trying not to yell. She meets me. We go, and I say, we were supposed to go Christmas shopping together. And I said, I'm going to, keep a check on it, but I might not be able to go to Target today. Yeah. She was like, okay. And then by the time we get to, across town, it still doesn't hurt that bad. So I said, I'm going to grab a cart and I'll have my walker and let's get this Christmas shopping done. Yeah. So that afternoon when my sister comes home and we put it up and she's putting ice on it and she's like, it's so bumpy. And then she goes, will you just get a fucking x-ray? Because once I told her I didn't get an x-ray the first time, she lost her mind. Yeah. So she makes me go to Petaluma Valley Hospital. And it was like 8 o'clock at night. And I get an x-ray. I broke it the first time. Yeah. So it was a broken ankle that I was walking on for several months until
that you were like, well, I'm going to ignore this.
It's
been a year at least. It's not several months. That was like a year ago.
Was that a year ago?
I think so.
Yeah, because I guess it wasn't at the beginning of this fall tour.
No.
God, that's weird. I can't keep track of time at all. Well, anyway, when I texted Georgia to tell her, she was like, what the fuck? And I said, if I didn't have time to feel it, and so I just didn't. And she wrote back, I want to laugh, but I also want to cry.
Because I had just gone to the fucking podiatrist and my toe's been fucked up for like a year. And this doctor took me seriously and did an x-ray. And my toe, it's not an ingrown toenail. It's either a broken bone on my toe or a tumor. So and when I was hobbling last tour for the airport with you and like changing my shoes all the time. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But what are you going to do?
Right. It was not in the game plan.
No.
So we couldn't do it.
No.
So we didn't do it.
But now the new tour is about to start. Now let's deal with it. Now let's both get surgery.
Let's get some surgeries. Let's have a surgery tour.
Let's have a surgery. Who can get the most surgeries?
Oh my God.
Without anyone noticing that you got surgery.
Yeah, you can't. You could do it on your face, but you have to get very high end.
So subtle.
The highest of ends.
That's right. Very high end. Speaking of our tour, I'm excited. It starts on the 10th in San Diego.
I'm not that excited.
Great. Most of the shows are sold out. But listen, Honolulu, Hawaii.
They're doing Hawaii time on this show.
Yeah.
They're being as chill as Hawaiians are.
It's February 8th, I believe. And like, we're going to need some seat warmers in there.
Yeah.
Some seat fillers.
Go there. Or if you maybe live in a cold climate.
Yeah.
And you're independently wealthy and you want to go to Honolulu for our show.
Yeah.
Come on over.
Take a weekend, pretend it's for Valentine's Day. I don't know.
Sure. Rent a jet.
Yeah. Pick us up on the way.
Come on.
and we'll see you there.
And let's party Hawaiian style.
That's right.
Well, another exciting thing about it being January of 2019 is very soon a whole new wave of podcasts are going to roll out on the Exactly Right podcast network, which there's some of them that we cannot wait to tell you about. We've been teasing it for a long time. It's taken a while, but we're finally going to roll them out and you're going to be very happy.
It's been annoying not being able to tell you guys this like fucking slate of podcasts that we've been I wouldn't say working on because we've done nothing. I mean, we've done a lot of work to make them alive, but we're not the podcasters of them.
Yeah.
And so, you know what I mean.
But still, we have all that. We have that hometown pride.
That's right.
And we just think you're going to be excited. Lots of these podcasts were specifically either chosen or developed with the audience that listens to this podcast in mind. So it's very exciting to us. And we think you're going to be really excited. So keep whatever. We'll tell you all
Follow
about
on Exactly Right Network, something on Instagram.
Yeah. And Twitter. It's all there.
Twitter.
Lots of, and then of course, in the meanwhile, please listen to This Podcast Will Kill You, the Purrcast, the Fall Line. And of course, there's going to be a brand new episode of Do You Need a Ride? Me and Steven and Chris Fairbanks just recorded it with the great Dave Holmes.
Dave Holmes. Love him.
Comes out Monday.
Oh yeah. We did it on New Year's Eve day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dave Holmes is so sweet.
He's the greatest.
I tried listening to This Podcast Will Kill You. It was about diphtheria, while I'm falling asleep at night. It was a bad idea. Did you know you get tumors in your throat from it?
No.
It was one of those ones where I'm like, well, I can't listen to this while I'm falling asleep because I don't want to miss anything, but also I'm terrified and you're touching your throat. Are you okay?
Who knows? I don't know. Clearly I'm not in touch with my body. Just checking to see if there's anything. But wait, diphtheria, do people still get it?
I don't know. You have to listen to This Podcast Will Kill You.
Why don't I listen to This Podcast Will Kill You on my way home?
Yeah. Anything else?
I don't think so. Not that I guess we'll just bring it up as we think of it.
Yeah. Who the fuck goes first?
Steven.
The last live show, because we did the MFM Origins last week.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
If you want to listen, if you haven't listened to last week's episode, Origins, it's Steven fucking made a beautiful episode.
Steven.
Editing so many, combing through old episodes to find the origins of a bunch of our stupid quotes.
Yes.
And he put them all together, did a great job.
I mean,
Steven.
it took a long time, mostly because I just was listening back. I'm like, oh wait, I'm supposed to be working.
Nice one.
Yeah.
It was like your Christmas gift to us where we didn't have to record another episode at the end of December. It was wonderful.
It was really fun. Thank you. Yeah, it was really fun.
Great job.
Thank you.
So at the end, before Origins.
Oh, it was Glasgow, and you did the Bible John.
Yes.
Yeah. So
First?
then you would go first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it's 2019.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Should we start a new system like coin flipping?
Rochambeau.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of Rochambeau.
Are you really? Would you say you're good at it?
I think I'm good at it, which is so stupid. I know that's ridiculous. And I was about to say it, and then you asked it, and I was like, don't say it. I think I'm good at Rochambeau.
I could see it in your eyes. You were like, should we do this?
My eyes got bright.
You're
Is
like,
that fair? What if
it's
I'm
my
really
chance.
good? I'm going to lose immediately. So it's 1, 2, 3, hit.
Yeah.
Right?
1, 2, 3.
hit. Shit, you just won.
I won it. So now Georgia doesn't get to believe she's good at Rochambeau anymore.
I don't, but wait, does that mean you go first or I go first or you get a pick? We didn't decide what winning meant. What does winning mean? What do you want?
I assume winning means you go second, but that's because I'm from the world of stand-up comedy where the headliner is last.
Got it.
But that doesn't apply to us.
No, that's fine.
And it's not the same.
Do you have an ender, a good ender?
I'm staring at Steven like he's going to help me.
I mean, I feel like it's you get to pick because it means either you get to go first or you get to pick,
Yeah.
like it's
You get to
dealer's
pick which one
choice.
you want to do. I like going first sometimes.
Okay.
But it depends on if you have a story that you think is going to be a good ender.
I don't, I have to say, we haven't done this in so long in this way that I kind of feel, I absolutely don't know what day it is. I'll say this right now. I mean, obviously it's Wednesday because that's when we record, but conceptually, I've been asking what day it is for like 2 weeks straight.
No, I thought it was Tuesday for 3 days.
I'm in weird, like, vacation mode because we haven't had one in so long that we literally and legitimately took 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
And did nothing and like, didn't do anything.
It was so weird.
It was, yeah. Suddenly I could feel my bones.
Yeah.
It was not pleasant.
Oh, because they're broken.
Right.
In the summer, healthy habits are easy to keep until you leave the house.
You walk out the door and the next thing you know, you're barefoot and feral in a gas station candy aisle.
That's why Kachava makes it easy to maintain your routines.
Kachava is an all-in-one nutrition shake, and now it comes in new travel packs.
Every packet gives you a simple shake with protein, fiber, vitamins and minerals, greens, probiotics, omegas, electrolytes, and more.
They're easy to toss into a bag, easy to take on the road, and a simple way to stick with your normal wellness habits, even when your schedule changes.
Man, that Kachava matcha in the individual packs is like my dream snack. It's exactly what I need and want in between the like not great meals I'm eating for lunch and the snacks I would have had anyways that are terrible for me. Like this is something I feel like I'm treating myself when I take.
You're treating yourself to vitamins, fiber, all these things that your body really wants and needs and kind of craves that it does seem like it takes a big effort to get. So now you're getting it all in one packet and in a little drink you like.
Take your daily ritual with you.
Go to Kachava.com and use code MFM for 15% off your first order.
That's Kachava, KACHAVA.com, code MFM. Goodbye. This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace.
Every successful small business starts with someone saying, I wonder if people would actually buy this.
Squarespace gives you everything you need to find out.
From consultations to events and experiences, you can showcase your skills with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business.
With Squarespace's collection of cutting-edge design tools, anyone can build a beautiful, professional online presence that perfectly fits their brand or business.
Get paid on time with professional invoices and online payments. Plus, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools.
Head to squarespace.com/murder for a free trial.
And when you're ready to launch, use offer code MURDER to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Goodbye.
You know your favorite summer clothes by what actually makes it into your suitcase.
Find the outfits you'll wear all season long at Quince.
Quince's 100% European linen pants, dresses, and tops are the pieces you'll reach for all summer long. They're lightweight, effortless to style, and they start at just $32.
Their denim is soft and comfortable, and their organic cotton sweaters are perfect for layering when evenings get cold.
Quince's beautiful 14-karat gold jewelry adds a subtle finishing touch.
So I just went to Italy, and you bet I brought my 100% European linen scoop neck midi dress along with me in the color of floral waterfall, and I wore that thing all over Italy. It was like the perfect day to night. It just looked so pretty, and I felt like I looked sophisticated while still being comfortable.
Make your summer wardrobe feel easier.
Head to quince.com/MFM for free shipping and 365-day returns.
Go to QUINCE.com/MFM for free shipping and 365-day returns.
Quince.com/MFM.
Goodbye. Okay, then you know what? I'll go first if it's my pick.
Okay.
And just let's dive right back in.
Okay, great.
Because also I really like this story, but I don't know if it's an ender. I don't know what it is.
I got it.
But I will tell you this. The reason that I picked it is because it's in my little file on my computer that's murders that I haven't done yet.
Yeah.
And it's one of the only ones that had any information on the page whatsoever because I've run out of those completely.
Right. You're like, great. It started for me.
Yeah. I
get it.
barely had like a backlog to begin with.
Yeah.
And then, so this was one of my only ones. And then the whole reason I loved it is because there was this quote that I had pulled from another story and was like, remember to do this one and remember to use this quote. You know, I lost that quote. Do you ever do that when you're cutting and pasting from one document to another?
Yeah.
If you cut from one document and then you delete something else before you paste.
No, it's gone?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Like
that.
if you basically take the place of the cut and paste.
Yeah.
On one.
Got it.
Am I wrong about this, Steven?
I don't.
I mean,
It might be whatever
Steven's
you're
like, I don't fucking know.
if it's highlighted, definitely.
If it's highlighted, you copy it and then you delete it. It won't, whatever. Okay.
It doesn't. Yeah. I just wanted to see if we could get super boring before I started, just to like have a nice basement.
Right. It can only go up from here.
I'm just saying, I would say this was an under if I had this quote. That would have been like the shining tiara on top of this princess story.
What's the quote?
Well, it doesn't matter now.
Okay.
And I truly don't have it. And now I can't find it. I couldn't find it, which is very odd. Then it's like, where did I get it?
Did it ever even exist?
Yeah. What the
Was
fuck?
it just a quote that you wished someone would say?
Or is there a rare chance that I actually read a physical book and then copied the quote out of a book?
Yeah.
That's impossible.
No.
I don't do research.
You can't even read.
I can barely touch books because of my ankle. Okay. But so I'm going to do for you right now and Stephen in 2019, the murder of Thelma Todd.
Okay.
Hollywood actress of the 20s and 30s. You know her from the many Marx Brothers films that she appeared in, if at all. They called her the Ice Cream Blonde. And she, in less than 10 years, made over 120 movies and comedic shorts.
Jesus.
Comedic shorts.
All with a broken ankle.
So I got the majority of the information about this murder from the website Deranged LA Crimes. And this is the same website where it's a website written by someone named Joan Renner. And that's where I got the whole story for our LA live show 2 live shows ago when I did the story of Aggie Underwood, who was the first City Desk editor and this basically very famous female true crime reporter in LA in the 40s when no other women were doing it.
Yeah.
And she did it. And she is said to be the one who coined the Black Dahlia nickname.
Right.
She was, and supposedly the first on the scene, reporter wise.
Crazy.
So Joan Renner has a website, Deranged LA Crimes, but there's a whole part that's about Aggie Underwood, and she's like an expert in Aggie Underwood. So a lot of the information is from there, and also I got it from there. So apparently Lonnie Anderson starred in a 1991 film called White Hot: The Mysterious Death of Thelma Todd. And when I think it's a made-for-TV movie, but everyone only ever called it movie on the internet, so I'm not sure. And it costs like $50 on Amazon. Like, it's hard to get.
What?
Yeah, I thought I was going to watch it really fast and then have a fun, like, then Lonnie Anderson said this. Yeah. And it's like, you can't get it. You have to be like a devotee. But in 1991, a writer named Frank Sinello wrote an article in the Chicago Tribune that was basically... It was all about Thelma Todd's mysterious death because this Lonnie Anderson made-for-TV movie was about to come out. Okay. So he basically was like, it's still a mystery, but there are some theories. And he kind of like reignited the whole idea of it. So let's do this.
Great.
Thelma Todd was born July 29th, 1906 in Lawrence, Massachusetts to an abusive, distant, alcoholic, that's right, an Irish father named John Todd, who was an upholsterer and a corrupt local politician.
Great job.
I don't know if he really was both of those things, but he was said to be one thing and then the other thing on different websites. So I like to think he started as a lowly upholsterer.
Right.
And he rose up to being a corrupt
But you know, like even back then, it was probably such a small town. I was like, great, you're mayor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like a big fucking deal. Like, it was a big Politico fucking...
That's right. They're like, you recovered our couch so beautifully, you're the mayor.
Exactly.
Thank you. Remember that time we had a whole conversation about how upholsterers are always creeps?
Yeah.
I think it was because Angelo Buono, who was one of the Hillside Stranglers, he was an upholsterer.
Because they're just huffing fumes, fabric glue.
And they got a lot of a lot of instruments that are hook shaped.
Yes. And yes.
Anything else?
No. Go ahead.
What?
There was nothing.
Okay. So Thelma Todd graduates high school. She actually enrolls in college. She wants to be a teacher. So she enrolls at a school called the Lowell Normal School. Oh. Where the mascot is...
a normal person. Just the most normal
Just
person.
someone as normal.
This guy, he's like a beige person.
Yeah.
He's got his buttons all the way to the top done.
Yeah.
He's just normal.
He likes pot roast.
Yeah.
He likes potatoes,
Go normal people.
missionary sex, and that's it. That's all he's into. Okay, so that is now the University of Massachusetts at Lowell, but at the time it was called the Lowell Normal School for all those people in Massachusetts. Am I pronouncing Lowell wrong?
No, it sounds right.
It's not a Worcester situation, is it?
I don't think so.
Okay. Why am I asking you?
Why am I being so confident in my answer? That's a good question. No, there was a school in San Francisco named called Lowell.
Right.
So
that's why I'm pronouncing it that way. I'm basing
so
it
maybe
on
in Massachusetts they call it something else. But listen, we're going with the San Francisco pronunciation.
Got to do it. NorCal, West Coast.
The end.
Okay. So unfortunately, Thelma wants to be a teacher because her name's Thelma. So yes, that's a natural. But her mother, Alice, is real pushy and it's like, you need to enter beauty contests. Mm-hmm. And well, it turns out her mother was right because in 1925, Thelma wins the title of Miss Massachusetts.
Damn.
And she actually goes on to compete in the Miss America pageant that year.
Shit.
Or later on. She doesn't win, but she does catch the eye of Hollywood talent scouts and she ends up getting a contract at Paramount.
Damn.
Yeah. So now she's in the mid to late 20s Hollywood studio system.
Hell yeah.
Which I'm sure was good, but from what I understand, pre-code Hollywood, there was a lot of amphetamines.
Sure.
There was a lot of drinking. And there's a lot of just,
orgies everywhere.
Orgy type things. There's casting couch stuff.
Yeah.
Actors are cattle. This is where all this...
never mind. I take back my positive note.
No, we can be positive about it.
No, I hate it.
No, come on. Don't let your love of acting be killed by the early studio system. I'm just saying there's a reason that things are... There's a reason we ended up in the fucking Me Too situation that we're in right now. And it's because this has been a long road of overt oppression. All right. Thelma Todd starts out in silent films, but because of her beautiful speaking voice, and I say beautiful, but it just was like she had an okay voice.
Yeah, she could speak like a normal human.
Yes, exactly. She didn't have the
like a normal human, like the person from her.
Yes.
That guy. She could speak just like him.
She was thinking of the school mascot.
Yeah.
All those football games where the beige guy cheered.
Just came out and was like, great, I really hope you guys win.
Look, I'm really supportive of this team.
Yeah, and she was like, hey, I'm a silent movie star. Look at me. I'm
Everyone's
supportive
like,
of
God,
talking.
this is normal.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love her.
She makes the transition to talkies. And in less than 10 years, as I said, she appears in over 120 movies and comedic shorts. Now, comedic shorts were like this thing, and it's if you ever go to black and white, like remember the old silent movie theater back in the day? There used to be comedic shorts, so like Buster Keaton and Laurel and Hardy and all those guys, they would put out these little short movies that were like, it wasn't an hour. It was like 12 minutes long or whatever. She was in a ton of those. And in 1931, producer Hal Roach teams her up. He gets this idea that he wants to have like a female Laurel and Hardy. He thinks that would be great. And then all the bros in the 30s were like, you're ruining my childhood.
Women aren't funny.
And this is again,
say women aren't funny.
Say women. Hey. And then they all do like a 4-part harmony. Sweet Caroline. So Hal Roach teams Thelma Todd up with a very famous actress, Zazu Pitts, who is actually, you look a lot like her. She has these big brown eyes. She's very kind of dramatic looking. And she looks like, she was an amazing silent film actress because she was very expressive. So the two of them, it's like the blonde and the picture I saw of Zazu Pitts, she was a brunette. Could have changed in the later in her career. But they do a bunch of shorts. Those famous comedy shorts they starred in, like Hot Dogs.
It's basically a original YouTube, where it's like, we just need to make funny content.
Fall down a couple times, break your necklace, and then drive a car. Sure. It'll be hilarious. You're women. One of their shorts was called Let's Do Something.
Great. I love it. Let's go with it.
Let's do something.
Publish it on YouTube now.
So good. Okay. So then when Zazu Pitts, leaves Hal Roach's, production company over a contract dispute, Thelma Todd is then paired up with an actress named Patsy Kelly, and they make a ton more. Now, while she is under, Hal Roach's tutelage, I've never said that word before, he creates something called this, you might enjoy. It's called the potato clause.
Oh dear.
He believed that Thelma had a weight problem.
Oh, great.
And so he stipulated that he put in her contract the potato clause. If she gained more than 5 pounds, she'd be fired.
Jesus.
So, of course, Thelma's mother was there to the rescue, giving her diet pills.
Okay.
Which she, of course, became addicted to. And she also was a huge drinker. And this is now when this turns into the Karen Kilgariff story.
No.
Although I was never Miss Massachusetts. I could have if I tried.
Runner up.
I couldn't get that baton to light on fire. Okay. She plays opposite Buster Keaton, but eventually what she gets famous for is being the blonde in all the Marx Brothers movies that all the brothers are into. So including Horse Feathers and Monkey Business, some of their most famous movies. If you haven't watched a Marx Brother movie, you absolutely should. They're super hilarious. They genuinely are great comedy. And Chico Marx is truly one of my favorite performers. He plays the piano, but then he does jokes while he's playing the piano. He does piano playing jokes. Like, you have to see it, but it's like one of my favorite things.
Okay.
He's amazing. So in 1931, she stars opposite Chester Morris, your favorite actor, in a pre-code crime drama called Corsair. And the director of that movie was a man named Roland West, who then Thelma began to have an on-again, off-again affair with. He was a married man.
Uh-oh.
In 1932, she marries a self-proclaimed producer and,
you gotta hate a self-proclaimed producer.
Here's the thing about Hollywood. It was founded by people in the mafia and creeps. It just was.
They were self-proclaimed everything.
They were just proclaiming all over town. I know art. I know how to make a movie.
Proclaim it till you make it is what they used to say.
That was the old saying. That was the poster that Chico Marx had above his bed. So these guys, they ran the movie business like it was any other business, like it was running liquor or prostitution or anything. It was kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Where if you were in a movie, you could shut up and you'd take your money and you would get as much as they gave you, the end.
Totally.
And here, take these pills, come to the party, and potato clause always hanging over your head. The potato clause still exists today.
Oy vey.
It's unspoken.
We have it at My Favorite Murder, but it's that if you don't gain 5 pounds, you're fired.
That's, I actually inducted the potato clause in late 2016, and it was, I'm going to gain 5 pounds every day until I break both of my ankles. Okay. So
we weigh Steven every time he comes over here. All right, I'm done.
Steven is a wreck.
Steven, get on a scale.
1932, Thelma marries this man. His name's Pat. I think it's DiCicco, but it's spelled D-I-C-I-C-C-O.
Or
Diccio? No, it's not that. It's DeCicco.
DeCicco.
Ciso was named after him.
DeCicco and desist.
So he had mob ties. They had a very bad marriage. They both drank a ton. They would get into huge drunken brawls, one of which resulted in a broken nose for Pat, and another ended in an emergency appendectomy for Thelma.
Holy shit.
So they threw down.
Oh my God.
Married for 2 years. In 1934, they get divorced. And right after that, Thelma stops drinking. She's like, I'm already on diet pills.
Yeah.
And I believe me when I say it's actually the best combination in the world, because when you're on diet pills, you can drink like 9 beers and not feel anything. Like, that's when it just starts cutting the edge off the diet pills.
Oh, yeah.
And I bet you in the 30s, diet pills were way more intense.
They were insane. What were they made of? Like, who the fuck knows? Asbestos and
fucking gasoline.
Gasoline.
Ethyl gasoline.
Ethanol. Ethanol and paint chips. and asbestos. And you chewed it on up and you liked it.
And you said, pretty, pretty, pretty.
And you lost all the pound.
So in 1934, she decides she's going to open her own, basically restaurant club. And it's called Thelma Todd Sidewalk Cafe. And it's in that building.
I love it. I know. I drive by all the time.
Yes.
Not all the time. I'm never on PCH, but every time I drive by it, I think that's Thelma Todd's place.
Yes. It's the building, I believe, is still standing. Mm-hmm. It is between Santa Monica and Malibu on PCH. It's gorgeous. It's the best location, right on the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And, it
Art
was
Deco looking building. It's really cool.
It's very
You notice
cool.
it because it's really like, it's an old timey cool structure. I think it's like a car mechanic now or something.
Is it really?
I have no idea.
It's weird that they didn't make it like it's so Los Angeles that they're just like, oh yeah, that can be whatever you want. We're not going to make it any kind of a landmark.
It's not going to be historic.
Preserve it.
Yeah.
Have it be like a Pizza Hut, Taco Bell drive-through. That's what we like the most.
Let's desecrate this place.
But quickly. So at the time, Thelma Todd Sidewalk Cafe was the Spago of the 30s. It was frequented by celebrities, politicians, and mobsters. All the people who partied. And the menu offered a gin fizz for 35 cents, which is what my parents used to have at every holiday, like Christmas morning, Easter morning. They were gin
It's a gin fizz.
people.
Just gin and fizz.
It's gin. It's an egg.
Oh God.
It's-
Egg white?
Egg white. Uh-huh. Oh man, I don't know.
I don't think they use yolks.
I hope not. It's my mom just drinks a whole egg and then she
and she eats a live goldfish. And then she swallows a tire iron. She gets into the
and then
Guinness
it's a
Book of-
fish that she pulls out as like fish skeleton and
now she's in the Guinness Book of World Records for it.
what a great woman. Gin fizz, all I know is there's egg whites, as you say, gin, and lemonade, Minute Maid lemonade.
It always has to be from a can of Minute Maid lemonade.
Yeah, of a like defrosted can of.
Holy shit.
That was always on the counter when it was it was a holiday at the Go-Go.
I'll take 4.
Well, if you took 4 at Thelma Todd Sidewalk Cafe, it would only they would cost you 35 cents each.
Great.
Isn't that the best?
Yes.
I couldn't multiply that by 4.
I know it
that
would take me a
quickly.
minute.
It's over $1. Yeah. I know that for a fact.
That's right. It's right. We don't need to know. It doesn't matter.
It's $1.40.
It's $1.40.
There was also the Thelma Todd Knockout, which was $1.
Oh.
So that was like triple a gin fizz. There was the Thelma Todd Milk Punch, which had a gin base. I wonder if they made all their own like bathtub gin and then just served it. And the Thelma Todd Ricky instead of a lime Ricky, which was 45 cents. And that last one was listed as a hot weather suggestion.
Great. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Just wait for winter when you have that gin fizz.
Yeah. Don't drink egg whites during the fucking summer. That sounds disgusting.
Okay. So here's what's crazy. She opens Thelma Todd Sidewalk Cafe with director and her on again, off again lover, Roland West, and his wife, actress Jewel Carmen.
She's like, great, let's do this.
Jewel is like, I love restaurants. I love ideas.
I love my husband.
God, I love this guy so much that I want to go into business with his girlfriend, actress. So weirder still, the 3 of them move into the duplex that's above the cafe. Now, that line of information I got from one website, but then I saw on the Joan Renner's website, there was actually a hand-drawn map of the location. And basically in the foreground right by the ocean is the building where Thelma Todd Sidewalk Cafe is. And at the top of that building, there's an apartment that Thelma Todd lived in. But then in the street above, basically, so it was like a house built into the hill, so it had a view of the ocean and overlooked the building where the cafe was. That's where Roland West lived with his wife. But it was like it was basically up
the main house.
It was the main house up 300 stairs from PCH. You would have to walk up them and then walk up the road.
Okay.
So but basically they all lived together, whether it was in that apartment above the cafe or in Roland's house.
Yikes.
Yeah. Apparently Jewel is fine. The wife is fine that Roland is having an affair with Thelma Todd. But Roland is not happy because Thelma, now that they all live together and have this business together, he sees the constant influx of her other lovers that are on again when he's off again, and it pisses him off. He doesn't like it because they're all roommates.
which is a mistake.
Which isn't something you should do.
No.
If you're having an affair with a married man, go ahead and don't move in with him. As generalized advice.
Definitely.
Okay. And one of those lovers is the mobster Lucky Luciano. Now, this guy, have you ever seen a picture of him?
I've seen the guy who played him in Boardwalk Empire.
Ooh.
And holy
shit.
Smokestack. Smoke.
People these days say
show.
smoke show.
Smoke show.
That's the trendy thing to say, but I'm starting smokestack.
I knew it was something else.
He is the smokestack of a nuclear fission reactor.
Abso-fucking-tively. Let me see a photo of him. And what's the actor's name who played him?
I'll never know because he's a character actor, but look at the real Lucky Luciano.
He looks a little scarier than the actor.
He has a lazy eye and scars on his face like a panther scratched him.
He's been punched in the face so many times. You know it.
There's no cartilage left in his nose, and he himself is a smoke show. I will say.
Yeah.
If this guy was like, hey, I want to talk to you at this bar, I'd be like, well, abso-fucking-lutely. What would you like to speak about, sir?
Tell me anything with your broken jaw. I'm listening.
Your vaguely threatening face.
Yeah.
Just consistently. Talk about like a resting bitch face.
Yeah.
He is resting, I'm going to shoot you in the back of the head when you think we're just out for a stroll.
Totally.
Resting face.
That's the thing.
Will you look up this, the actor that played Lucky Luciano in Boardwalk Empire? Because I do remember when his part would come on. There was him and there was Meyer Lansky, and they were both hot.
Totally. Well, Meyer Lansky's that amazing actor that's on,
yes.
A Simple Man?
A Serious Man.
A Serious Man. He's amazing. I love him.
Okay. The actor's Vincent Piazza. Okay. He played Lucky Luciano.
Hi. He's so cute.
He's the cute. Well, see, in that picture, of course, all actors take pictures wearing some weird European scarf. And that's how you know that they're not the character they played in the period piece.
It's the only way you know.
Because that guy as Lucky Luciano is so scary, and his hair is so perfectly like finger wave.
Yeah.
And he's like all in that 3-piece suit. And he's just like, you can tell.
His like New York Italian accent and shit.
Yeah. And he's like calmly killing people and calling for people to be killed.
And Thelma Todd is like, abso-fucking-lutely.
What? Remember this?
Let me see.
God damn it, he did that so good.
He's so cute. Yeah, you guys watch Boardwalk Empire. It's a really good show.
If you haven't seen Boardwalk Empire, I think it's on some of the streaming.
HBO or Netflix.
Streamings. Please watch it.
So Thelma Todd sees him and she's like, absolutely.
So she sees him, the non-acting version of him, the scar-faced version. He's, by the way, when she meets him, he was the first head of the Genovese crime family, which is a pretty fucking big deal. When I went on to Lucky Luciano's Wikipedia page just to kind of get a general sense, because I thought he was like an LA mobster that was just kind of like opening clubs here and stuff. No. He was like, he was huge and
top
everywhere.
brass.
I couldn't figure out what city he originated in.
He was a smokestack. He was the top brass.
He was fucking a killer among killers.
Yeah.
So she meets him at the Coconut Grove, where all great things happened in the 30s.
Yeah.
Which I believe, I could be wrong. Steven, you might want to, Steven's writing in his notebook right now. You're writing takeout Lucky Luciano's Day.
Yeah, it just says lose 5 pounds.
Please lose 5 pounds.
Over and over.
I think Coconut Grove is what the Comedy Store is now, because you heard there's always the stories about how the Comedy Store on Sunset Boulevard is haunted, and it's because I believe, so Steven's going to correct me, it used to be the Coconut Grove, and they used to take people in the basement and kill them constantly. And there are amazing ghost stories from people who have worked at the Comedy Store, guys who have left the main room, closing up the club at night, and they go back into, like, because they hear a noise, and all of the chairs are piled up into one tall pile in the center of the room.
Why is the scariest thing stacked furniture
Because
in the world?
Like fast stacked furniture.
Yeah, and yeah,
because then you know something happened. Right. And those were people who told those stories on like television ghost story shows where they were like, yep, you're
like, this guy's not a bullshitter.
No.
He's telling the truth.
He said it was like so scary. So I think Steven, am I wrong?
I think, it says here because it was demolished in 2005. I guess it used to be, or it was turned into the Ambassador Hotel.
Oh.
But it doesn't say anything about the
Where was
store.
Coconut Grove?
This was it was on 3400 Wilshire.
Oh, nowhere near it.
And everyone knows, and everyone knows the Ambassador Hotel never had any problems, and everything went well there.
Everything was great at the Ambassador Hotel.
That's right.
No major assassinations
Never
took place there.
So everything is fine.
I guess there's lots of bad vibes in LA. Is really what
that's really LA.
That's the moral of the story.
One bad vibe.
Okay. So, you see now why this is not a closer. Okay, so she meets Lucky Luciano. They're at the Coconut Grove. He offers her a glass of champagne. She says no thanks because she stopped drinking when she divorced asshole. He, when she refuses him, grabs her and pours a bottle of Dom Perignon down her throat.
Oh my God.
And then they fall in love.
No.
Yeah, because Thelma Todd had a real problem with dating abusive men, probably starting from her father, the relationship she had with her father, distant abusive alcoholic men was kind of her thing. And also it was so common back then.
Yeah.
It was just a thing I think a lot of women just expected to happen.
Right.
You were manhandled, you were treated like a thing. But also how scary to date a mobster. Those people that's scary.
Totally.
And she's like, I'm in it because she was all speeded out. And he also got her better diet pills.
Oh.
He immediately got her hooked on stronger amphetamine.
Shit.
And was like, we're doing this. But the sad part is he may have been using her because what he wanted, although she was the most beautiful and successful woman in Hollywood at the time, she really was huge. She was like the biggest star. But he wanted to open a casino above Thelma Todd's Sidewalk Cafe in the empty third floor of that building. And that was his plan. So what he wanted to do was, because she already had the celebrities and all the people going there, he wants to open a casino on the third floor. Then the movie studio executives would go up there, lose their money, owe him money, and then he would slowly take over the studio system. That was Lucky Luciano's plan.
Holy shit.
And that's what he wanted to do. But Thelma Todd basically said, no, you're not. She didn't want to have any of that involved in her restaurant. And that wasn't happening. Now I'm seeding you all the little things that were going on in Thelma Todd's life.
All nefarious and...
Yeah.
Right.
Lots of bad vibe. Good, fun, great comedy stuff. Hot dogs. But then also lots of creepy stuff.
Yeah.
So on the night of Saturday, December 14th, 1935, she gets invited to a party that Ida Lupino, who at the time was 16 years old, her father, who was a British actor, he was throwing her 16th birthday party, or a party for her. I assumed it was her birthday, at the Trocadero, which is another famous club. Maybe that's what the Comedy Store was.
It was actually I just talked into my phone. It was the mic. It was Ciro's, and it was a mafia-controlled nightclub.
Ciro's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's an article in Daily Bruin about the history.
Okay, read it.
Yeah. And,
Thanks, Stephen. Okay, so they go to Trocadero for Ida Lupino's birthday. Now, if you don't know anything about Ida Lupino, at the time she was only 16. She went on to become a really big star in the 40s, I think more in the 50s. And then she became a director. She was one of the first big female directors in Hollywood. And it's only ever mentioned on like on the Google art thing once a year when it's like, the date of her death or whatever. But if you're interested in anything like that, look up Ida Lupino because she was a big deal and she should be more famous. Okay. So Ernie Peters is one of Thelma Todd's, usual limo drivers. And so he picked her up, her and her mother going to this party. And when they get into the car, Thelma gets chased out of the house by Roland West, who is yelling, "You be back by 2 a.m." And she gets into the limo and turns around and says, "I'll be home at 2:05. And then they peel out, is how I like to imagine it. So they go to this party. Ernie ends up driving Thelma's mother, Alice, home around 8 o'clock. Thelma stays. While she's still there at the party, her ex-husband, Pat DiCiccio, shows up with a young actress. He was not invited to this party. So they immediately get into a fight. She's like, you're trying to embarrass me. You're trying to humiliate me. It's a big blow up. And then she just stays there. Obviously, she wasn't that embarrassed because she stayed until 2:30 in the morning. She sits down at Sid Grauman's table, the man who opened the Chinese theater. And it was one of the first big Hollywood guys. I don't know anything about him. I'm just trying to lie through this part. She sits down at his table and says, will you call Roland and tell him I'll be home? I'm leaving now. I'll be home in a half an hour. I pictured as he was sitting at one of those tables that had a phone at it.
Yeah. Like on the little side table thingy with a phone.
Which in 1935 would be like having your own satellite.
Yeah.
Real big deal, Sid Grauman. So when she finally leaves and gets back into the limo, it's 3 a.m.
Yikes.
Ernie, the limo driver, says that Thelma was unusually quiet on the ride home, which is really saying something. She was on a ton of diet pills.
Yeah.
God, you want to talk so much on those. And smoke. When he drops her off at 3:30, he offers to walk her up the 63-step flight of stairs that goes up to the house above. But she does something she never does, because he normally does do that, especially if she's been out drinking. She says no. And that's Ernie Peters is the last person to see Thelma Todd alive. So on Monday morning, this is late Saturday night, early Sunday morning. On Monday morning, Thelma's maid of 4 years, her name is Mae Whitehead. She drives her own car down to the garage to get Thelma's brown Lincoln convertible and bring that down the hill to the cafe where Thelma usually is at the time, so that she can use her car down there. And that was the setup that they always did on Monday mornings. And she later tells the police that the doors to the garage were closed, but they were unlocked. And inside, she finds Thelma Todd slumped over in the driver's seat of her car. The engine's running, almost out of gas. So Mae runs down to the cafe. She tells the manager of the cafe to call Roland West. And then the police are called. When Thelma's mother is told of her daughter's death, she screams, "My daughter was murdered." That's the first thing she says. Thelma Todd was 29 years old at the time of her death.
So young.
So the second the story breaks that she died, her death is treated with total suspicion, and murder is immediately in the headlines. There's no proof of it. And there kind of will never be, but it's just immediately introduced by the press and by people like Aggie Underwood, the true crime people who are just like, this is a woman who's in the prime of her career. She is young. She's still gorgeous. She's now getting full length movies, and she, she's really coming into her own. Her restaurant is huge. Why would she kill herself? It makes no sense that she would kill herself. But law enforcement theorized that what actually happened was she came home drunk from that party. She found herself locked out of the house like Roland West said he would do. And they're at the beach. So anywhere else in Los Angeles, it would be unlikely, but out on the coast, it would be pretty cold at 3:30 in the morning in December.
Right.
So they theorized she went into the garage to get warm, and because she was drunk, she turned her car on to use the heater, and she died of
carbon
monoxide poisoning. Oh, my eyes were scanning the page so quickly. So a coroner's inquest into Thelma Todd's death is held on December 18th, 1935. The autopsy surgeon A.P. Wagner testifies there are, quote, no marks of violence anywhere upon or within the body, and that there was only a superficial contusion on her lower lip. So they say that one of her front teeth was chipped and that there was blood on her lip.
From what? From hitting the...
They say from passing out and hitting her mouth on the steering wheel. Yeah. So the jury rules that the death appears to be accidental, but recommends further investigation to be made into the case by proper authorities. But now other people claim, and a lot of journalists theorize, that her nose was broken. So she didn't just pass out into the steering wheel. Her nose was broken. And some say they saw bruising around her neck that indicated strangulation. There were also rumors that she had 2 broken ribs.
Wow.
She'd also had peas and carrots in her stomach. They did not serve peas and carrots at the Trocadero. So then there were theories that when she went up and found that she was locked out of the house, she ended up going somewhere else, and eating and hanging out with somebody. But that's all theory.
Was there alcohol in her system?
She had a 0.13 blood alcohol level. So that's drunk, but it's not like crazy sloppy drunk.
Yeah.
It's like drunk, but you can get yourself. They say that you would know that you were about to gas yourself if you were that drunk and you wanted to turn on the heater. You'd be like, I'm just going to have to be cold in this garage.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Who knows? I mean, it couldn't even cross her mind that people die that way, you know?
It could have been that. It could also been that if she was also on all that speed, that she didn't have all her faculties and she just was kind of like, fuck it, I'm going to do this for 1 second.
Yeah. Fell asleep.
Yeah. Who knows? A grand jury probe subsequently found that there was no evidence of murder. And the case was closed by the Homicide Bureau, which listed the death as accidental with possible suicidal tendencies. The investigators were never able to find any motive for suicide or a suicide note. And all her friends and family were like, it's impossible that she would want to commit suicide. Because of course of her career, of her restaurant, like everything was going great for her.
Yeah. But then why was she so quiet in the car? Maybe she was just like, fuck this shit.
Well, she could have been drunk. She could have been because of that fight with her ex and maybe being embarrassed from that. It could have been, she could have also met somebody at that party that she then planned to go see after and was going home to get her car to go meet someone.
That's why she was like, you don't need to walk me upstairs, because she wasn't going upstairs.
No, she was like going to meet somebody.
Hey.
I mean, who knows? So here's the even weirder part. Then when police start looking into it, a bunch of people come forward claiming that they saw or talked to Thelma Todd on Sunday, December 15th.
What?
Yes. So one of the people who claimed this was a woman named Martha Ford. She's the wife of actor Wallace Ford, and she was hosting a party on Sunday during the day. And she claims that Thelma called her, and when she first got on the phone, she thought it was someone named Velma. She didn't know who she was talking to. And then she realized it was Thelma, and Thelma asked if it would be okay if she wore evening clothes from the night before to her party that day. And when Martha said, sure, I don't care, she claims that Thelma then told her she was bringing a surprise guest and said, quote, Martha said, quote, you just wait until I walk in, you'll fall dead. So somebody's in the mix. If this is to be believed and it wasn't an imposter, there was somebody in the mix because you could also be quiet in a car after being in a club because you ran into someone awesome and hot that you were like, oh my God, I'm going to go meet this guy. Yeah. And you're stoked
like some
about
famous actor or something that you're like hooking up with.
And also famous enough. There's the tragedy train. Can you hear it?
Choo-chooing.
Choo-choo. Thinking about that, if she herself is one of the most famous actresses, who could she have been talking about that she was like, you're going to die when you see who I'm bringing to your party?
George Clooney.
It's Clooney from the early days. Pre-ER Clooney. Okay. So yeah, Mrs. Ford assured investigators it was not an imposter. She was positive. She spoke to Thelma Todd. Then later in court, I don't know if it's in court is accurate. I think I just wrote that. But later on, Jewel Carmen, who's Roland West's wife, she testified that she saw Thelma Todd at the intersection of Hollywood and Vine on Sunday morning with a handsome stranger in the passenger seat of her car. But according to the coroner's estimated time of death, Thelma was already dead in the garage at Jewel's house. When she claims to have seen her in Hollywood, which, if you know anything about Los Angeles, is very far away from Pacific Palisades, where all of this was taking place.
And like, if she needed to, like, her seeing her is suspicious because she's like putting her somewhere else to avoid the suspicion.
Yep, exactly.
herself.
Or any connection
Right.
of her family, the house.
Yeah, no, she was alive when I saw her last, and
Yes.
not near here.
Yeah. She was having a great time at Hollywood and Vine where
With
that
a hot
Starbucks is.
stranger. Yeah, at the old timey Starbucks.
With that old Starbucks that just had the one barista. He did it all. So Thelma Todd's funeral is held on December 19th. It's like
Yeah.
3 days later. Open casket. Thousands of fans show up to view the body. There's a really weird pictures. You can see there's tons of pictures of all this stuff because this was also back. And I talked about this a little bit with the Agnes Underwood thing. This was back when the press would show up with the cops at crime scenes.
Yeah.
So like in all of this stuff, there's pictures of everything. You can see pictures of Thelma Todd in her car, in the garage. You can see it all. It's,
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's nuts. So there is a picture of her in her coffin at the viewing, and her coffin is surrounded by roses. They're piled up everywhere behind her and on it. It's really weird. Also, the coffin is tipped up a little bit so you can see her Thelma. It's open casket. And you can see her from far away.
That's so creepy.
It's so creepy. And it's, yeah. Of course, her two ex-friends and co-stars, Patsy Kelly and Zazu Pitts, were devastated. And it was said that Patsy Kelly was so upset she had to be kept under a doctor's care because she had just gone shopping with Thelma Todd like days before. So she wasn't even 30.
Yeah.
I mean, it's horrible. So now we talk about some of the suspects. Okay. So obviously the ex-husband is the first suspect because it's one of the last people who saw her alive. Public fight. Infamous, like, wife beater. This guy, Pat DiCicco, whatever his name is, went on to marry Gloria Vanderbilt.
Oh my God.
He used to call her Fatso or he had some horrible nickname for a woman who is in no way, like, he's a fucking pig.
Yeah.
And he used to beat the shit out of her as well. So he had mob ties, you know, if Thelma Todd embarrassed him at that huge party that he was not invited to with all these famous people, he could have just been enraged and gotten drunk himself, went back, knew when she was going home and like met her on the staircase and then basically set up the body to make it look like it was an accidental death. And later on, in 1937, Pat DiCicco was said to have been involved in an altercation with comedian Ted Healy that led to his death. So he's no stranger to beating the shit out of people until they die. Yeah. So he's up there. Of course, Lucky Luciano's up there because of his whole plan of putting the casino above Thelma Todd's Sidewalk Cafe that she said no to. And he clearly would not in any way. I mean, he was like the head of a huge crime family. No one says no to this guy.
Yeah.
So it could have been knocking her off to get her out of the way so that they can go in and actually make that plan. That's obviously like a plan to take over show business.
Yeah.
And it's said that a few hours after Thelma's body was found, he was on a plane out of LA and he left town. But the most likely, also Thelma's mother, Alice, was said to have been bragging to friends that she was going to build a mansion for herself. And Alice was the only person in Thelma Todd's will. So she was going to get all the money.
No way. Her mom knocked her off.
Well, you never know. But then there's Roland West. So Roland West admitted that he did lock the door on Thelma Todd that night and locked her out of the house. And he had done it before to her. But he claimed when he was like on the official record, he claimed he was only joking when he ran out and said, be back by 2 a.m.
Hilarious.
It's one of those hilarious threatening jokes.
Yeah.
But nobody believed he was joking because he was constantly enraged. So apparently his career wasn't doing that well. She wasn't that interested in him anymore. he was having to witness her other lovers and all the dates that she went on and the fun parties that she went to. So at the very least, there are theories that he intentionally locked her out. That led to her death, accidental death by carbon monoxide poisoning. He found her, then tried to like basically make it look like that's what happened and that like it had nothing to do with him, which is then why his wife Jewel said that she saw
trying to cover
Thelma
for her
Todd.
husband.
Yeah, exactly. And he basically knew what he did led to her death, so he was just trying to like break the chain. But there are also theories that she came home late, they got into a fight, he strangled her to death, which is, you know, connects those supposed bruises that she had on her neck, and a broken nose and the, you know, like basically her general being battered. That he had finally had it, and that he then placed her in the garage and made it look like she either killed herself or basically just
He could have done it so she passed out and then put her in there, and so she still would have died from it.
Right.
When, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You're saying there's a third theory?
No. He strangles her till she passes. He doesn't actually kill her. He just does something to make her pass out, puts her in the car, turns the engine on, and then she dies from that. So the coroner's like, this is what she died from, but she was placed in there.
Yes. And purposely. It's all kind of convenient, but it works out perfectly for him because then he has the restaurant. Right. He has everything. He maybe even has like deals with Lucky Luciano. Maybe he wants the casino in that place.
Well, it did turn into a casino after that, right?
No. I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think, yeah, it just went straight to Jiffy Lube, straight into the Jiffy Lube. That's there today. And if you bring a coupon, they will honor it.
Oh, wow.
There are unsubstantiated rumors that Roland West admitted on his deathbed to Chester Morris, your favorite actor, and his good friend, that he was more involved with Thelma's death than he had initially admitted to police. But of course, those are unsubstantiated by Chester Morris himself, who everyone knows is a fucking liar.
Oh, he lies everywhere.
Thelma Todd's last movie, she starred in with Laurel and Hardy. It was a comedy called The Bohemian Girl, and she died after she had finished it. But producer Hal Roach reshot almost every scene, deleted all of her dialogue, and limited her appearance to one musical number. And the quote that I pulled that I was so excited to even tell this whole thing off. It basically, when the press asked her on the day that Thelma Todd Sidewalk Cafe opened, the press asked her why she would open a restaurant. And she basically gives this badass answer, and God bless anyone that can find it. But she basically said she's setting up a safety net for herself because she wants to be able, so in the future, when she's not pretty enough and when she gains too much weight, she can just go and transition right into this business and never worry about it again, the way that her friends and the people around her were so caught up in looking beautiful, staying young, and all the like traps and dangers. Do you have it? Fucking Steven.
Oh my God.
Here it is. This is it, Steven. Amazing. How come I couldn't find this fucking website? I realized long ago that it is only a case of a few years for an actress before she gradually and sometimes almost imperceptibly loses popularity and younger ones start to take her place. Look at some of the one-time famous stars of a few years ago. Whoever hears of them now? Most of them are unhappy and rather bewildered. It's pretty hard to have your lifelong career at an end. So I decided long ago that I wasn't going to be one of them. The years are not going to bother me as they do so many of my colleagues. Wrinkles won't worry me, neither will increasing weight, because as long as I can use my head, it won't matter how I look. Thelma Todd. And Karen fucking Kilgara.
That's right.
Thank you so much for finding that. God bless you.
Amazing. Wow. We should open a restaurant.
You want to?
Because everyone knows podcasting, as soon as you start to age and gain weight, they kick you
oh my God.
right out of there.
So the opposite. God bless you all.
The podcasting mafia, you know how they are.
And that is the story of the mysterious death of 30s actress Thelma Todd.
Great job.
Thank you.
Really excellent.
Every piece of furniture you own has a story.
Sometimes it's an heirloom, and sometimes it came with the house because it was too heavy to move.
If you're ready to start a new chapter with your home decor, there's Article.
Article makes it effortless to create a stylish, long-lasting home at an unbeatable price.
They take great care in curating their collection, focusing on pieces that stand the test of time.
We've talked about Article for a long time. There are pieces in that catalog that are so affordable that are room changers. And if you go through there and there's like a little something you don't even realize you need it until you see how they have stuff set up or what style combinations that they're doing, where they do the boho chic, there's mid-century, it's a little bit modern, it's something new. Like there's so many choices in there and it's not going to break the bank.
As someone who's interested in tons of different styles and time periods, Article covers them all in one place. I love that.
I know I've mentioned already how much I love my entryway table, but I swear to God, because the path that it's on, I pass it 4 times a day, and I love it more every time.
Article is offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
To claim, visit article.com/murder, and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout.
That's article.com/murder for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. Goodbye. Get into the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event and get away with a deal so right, it almost feels wrong.
Right now, you can get great deals on Hyundai's most popular models, from hybrids to EVs and more.
Score on the adventure-ready SUVs like the Hyundai Kona, Tucson, Santa Fe, or Palisade, or the bold and tech-inspired Elantra.
And the most advanced and capable Sonata or Sonata Hybrid yet. Or go all-electric with the Ioniq 5 or Ioniq 9.
But getting away with a great deal is just the beginning, because every new Hyundai is backed by America's best warranty.
Which means you can shop with confidence and drive with unrivaled peace of mind.
So get down to your local Hyundai dealer and get away with a deal you'll truly love, but don't wait.
The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event won't be around for long.
Visit HyundaiUSA.com now for details.
Goodbye.
The Hulu original series Furious is coming to Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus on July 27th.
From Liz Merriweather, the Emmy-nominated executive producer of Dying for Sex and The Dropout, comes a gripping psychological thriller.
Starring Emmy Rossum, Furious follows Alice Black, a rookie FBI agent on the hunt for Catherine, a mysterious and calculating female serial killer.
It's Alice's first case on the job, and she's already bitten off more than she can chew.
While Alice believes justice is achieved through law enforcement, Catherine has lost all faith in the legal system.
She's taken it upon herself to terrorize the rich and powerful men of New York in her pursuit of vengeance.
As Alice and Catherine's twisted game of cat and mouse unfolds, the lines between good and evil and right and wrong begin to blur.
With shocking crimes, tangled relationships, and secrets that change everything, Alice discovers there's a thin line between hunter and prey.
Watch the Hulu original series Furious on July 27th.
Streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
Goodbye.
Here we go. I don't know how to start. All right. This is called the Footpath Murders, but
Okay.
it's got like historical significance that I don't want to tell you about yet.
Okay.
And I got a lot of information from a good article in the Guardian by Ian Cobain and elsewhere. Okay. Here we go. November 21st, 1983, in Narborough, which I definitely had to look up and make sure I said it right. A quiet village located in Leicestershire, another fucking hard one that I was not sure I was going to
Is
get
that
right.
spelled out phonetically?
I spelled it out. Leicester, sure.
Leicestershire.
And Narborough, I read out like gnar, like G-N-A-R, like gnarly. Don't know why.
Gnarly Borough.
That's right.
Okay.
So Narborough is about 100 miles from London. It's like a small little village. It's not super small, but it definitely feels like a little village. And so November 21st, 1983, 15-year-old Linda Mann takes a shortcut on her way home from babysitting instead of taking her normal route. So it's a small village community where crime is almost unheard of. So when Linda hadn't arrived home by that night, people start to worry and freak out. Her family calls the police to report her missing. The next morning, on a deserted footpath known locally as Black Pad, Linda Mann is found dead with her clothing scattered around her. She'd been strangled with her own scarf, and the autopsy shows that she had been killed pretty quickly and had been raped post-mortem. Yeah, awful. Takes her little shortcut down some fucking, like, you know, as you do when you're 15.
In a little village.
Yeah.
Like in a little, yeah.
Yeah. So it probably wasn't even that secluded, you know, it's just a shortcut that everyone took.
Right.
So using the forensic science techniques available at the time, police find that the person, they take a semen sample from Linda's body, and they say it's a person with type A blood and an enzyme profile that matched only 10% of males in England. And the quiet village town is terrified. The residents are fucking in a frenzy, freaking out, wanting to catch this killer of a high school girl. But there's no leads or evidence, and the case is not closed. It's left open and kind of goes cold for 3 years. Time goes by. The town starts to kind of somewhat go back to normal. And then on July 31st, 1986, on a Thursday afternoon, another 15-year-old high school girl from the same fucking high school, named Dawn Ashworth, she leaves a friend's house in the village and begins her trek home, only a few minutes walk away. Dawn, she was only 12 at the time of Linda's murder, so maybe she didn't hear, the warnings. Maybe she just didn't think of it.
Yeah.
She chose to take a shortcut along an overgrown footpath, locally known as 10-Pound Lane. And then she vanishes, and her family becomes worried again. They put out a search for her. They can't find her until 2 days later, when Dawn's body is found in the corner of a nearby field close to the 10-Pound Lane that she had taken. She's covered in twigs and branches, and the pathologist established that she had put up a fucking crazy fight. So she hadn't been killed right away like Linda had. And then had been raped and strangled. So the field where Dawn was found in was just 3 fields away, which is like 100 yards from where Linda's body had been found 3 years earlier. Plus, the locations were between a cemetery and a psychiatric hospital.
Oh, no.
So everyone's losing their shit. Like, did a fucking psychiatric patient get out and, kill these people, these poor girls?
Did someone rise from the dead and kill them?
In the cemetery, that's right. So
it's like... just cordon it off as the creepiest area of your village and don't have anybody walk over there.
Never, ever. I mean, it's so creepy. And so they're like, well, these are probably related. And so semen samples taken from Dawn's body show that it's the same person who had killed Linda 3 years earlier. Detectives believe that the killer's a local man, someone who knew the area and possibly even knew Linda for some reason. A week into their investigation into Dawn's murder, police get a break when witnesses come forward saying that they had seen a young man in the vicinity of 10-Pound Lane on the day of Dawn's murder, and that man is tracked down, and it turns out to be a 17-year-old named Richard Buckland. So Richard Buckland is a kitchen worker at the psychiatric hospital. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Who likes to volunteer at the cemetery.
That's right. He's a kitchen worker at the cemetery too. He has a reputation around the village for liking to scare girls as they walk home. And after 15 hours of questioning, Richard, who had learning difficulties, kind of a slow dude, I believe, he confesses to Dawn Ashworth's murder, but he adamantly denies having anything to do with Linda's murder. He's like, I didn't do that one, but I did do this one. And of course, they're saying he had information that only the killer could have, which we all know now is not, doesn't mean anything if you've been interrogated for 15 hours.
Right.
But the police are 100% certain that the person who killed one killed the other. It's impossible that he just killed one of them.
Right.
And they are convinced he's lying. So he's charged on August 10th with Dawn's murder. And meanwhile, across town, this dude, Alec Jeffries, let's talk about him. 10 miles away from where the girls had been murdered at the University of Leicestershire, who, of course, their mascot, of course.
Oh, the fighting walnuts.
Great. Walnuts, how they like to fight each other and
in England,
clonk into each other all the time.
Very common.
Fight.
Ow, it's so loud.
Yeah. Walnuts everywhere.
Clack.
Ba-da-da-da-da. Okay, so at the University of, what did I call it? Leicestershire. So this dude, Alec Jeffries, is a genetic researcher. And he had recently made an unexpected but insane fucking discovery during a failed experiment. He was studying the way inherited illnesses pass through families and kind of studying, so he could do paternity tests and that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
He had extracted DNA cells and attached it to a photographic film, which he had then left in a photographic developing tank. And once he extracted that, the film showed a sequence of bars. And Jeffries realized that every individual whose cell had been used in the experiment could be identified with great precision. So he was the fucking first person
to do DNA testing?
To realize that DNA, like a fingerprint, everyone has their own. It's specific. If you're from a family, you can tell what people are families and all this shit.
Holy shit.
And this fucking Alec Jeffries, dude.
Whoa.
He's the originator. So after published, so he's is like, this is incredible. I'm sure he had a lot of fucking coworkers and buddies who were, it's not just him, etc.
He's not alone.
I don't want to give him all the credit. However, after publishing an academic paper on his discovery, he uses his newfangled testing to solve paternity cases and all other kinds of like cases like that. But he's also like, well, I wonder if this could be used to apprehend criminals as well. So, but when he had fucking talked about that possibility at like a conference, the fucking audience laughed at him.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
That's how it always goes.
They're like, that's not going to happen, bro.
Yeah. How would you know?
Yeah.
Dummies.
Right. Looks like you're wrong.
In your face from, 80 years ahead?
Yeah. Look at your dumb face. But Leicestershire police I guess they were kind of forward thinking because they were like, let's have this guy fucking help us.
Yay.
Prove that this Richard Buckland is the murderer.
Okay.
Of both of them. So they contact Jeffries. He agrees to test Buckland's blood and semen on the girls, the girls' bodies. So, but when he takes the film from the developing bank, he could see immediately that the girls had indeed been raped and killed raped by the same person. But that man was not Richard Buckland in either fucking case.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the police are totally astonished. I wrote, there's probably a ton of hubbubbery around. Hubbubbery.
Whoa. And it's England, so it's very
British bubbery.
Yeah. Kind of curly mustache hubbubbery.
Hubbubbery. They have Jeffries repeat the test 2 more times.
Shit.
And it's definitely not him. The senior investigating officer says at the time, 1 minute we got the guy, and the next we've got jack shit.
And that's where that phrase was invented.
Right. But in a British accent, which is so much better.
Did they say jack shit over there? That's so funny.
I bet because it's kind of a cute phrase instead of just like, like jack shit's cuter than bullshit. Maybe?
And yeah, sure.
After more than 3 months in custody, Buckland, clearly innocent now, is set free. And the police are back to square one with their hunt for this fucking highly dangerous double killer of teenage girls.
Yeah.
So they fucking throw their balls to the wall and they're like, let's just do everything we can. How about this? It's an unprecedented move. They send out a letter to all the local men between the ages of 17 and 34, asking them to give a voluntary DNA sample.
A what kind?
Voluntary. What did I say?
Voluntary?
Voluntary. What is voluntary?
I thought there was
rusty.
You're teaching me all this new blood sample stuff.
Voluntary DNA. It comes directly from your nipple. It's when you squeeze your nipple really hard.
Ow.
That's voluntary.
Ow.
And then the juice that comes out.
After a while, Alec was like, I don't think this test is worth it. I've invented a ton of great tests here.
Every time I go on stage to tell people about this, even though it works better than anything else, they laugh at me. I'm sick of it.
I want voluntary testing to be required.
That's right. On everyone.
And then the nipple clamps come out.
That's right. And everyone's like, I don't like this.
Gross.
I don't care how many crimes it solves. Okay. So they ask all these dudes to give voluntary DNA samples. It becomes the world's first mass screening for DNA.
Wow.
Yeah. By the end of that month, around 1,000 men had volunteered to give samples. And of course, the police are like, we're going to flush out the people who fucking won't give samples because obviously those people are guilty of something.
Yes.
And at the time, the forensic science laboratories or laboratories, because we're in
as they
England,
like to say, aluminium.
They can't even keep up because they're like testing so many people. And of course, the media at the time and a lot of people were talking about how like this is a violation of your what's it called?
Your DNA
personal
rights?
Yeah, and like personal rights, all this bullshit. But the fucking townspeople over in Leicestershire are like, fuck you. They're so hardcore into catching this killer that they don't give a shit.
Good.
And basically like hound all their friends, the male friends, into making sure that they go get tested. Like everyone's on it.
And also, I just would urge people who believe that it's somehow
a violation
of your rights. Like, it doesn't make sense because the cops can get you in lots of different ways.
Yeah.
This whole DNA thing, like, it's such a weird paranoid theory of like, then they have you, as if this apocalyptic future where everyone's going to get controlled by cops with their DNA or whatever, where it's just like,
but it's to catch murderers and rapists.
Yeah,
that's
right
what it's
now
being used for. And they have a thing. I think there's a thing now. It's not really, this isn't really used anymore, this mass screening. But when they do it, they have to then destroy all the evidence or the DNA of people who weren't the suspect.
Right.
They can't keep it, you know,
Yeah.
to be like, well, maybe later we'll have a crime that this guy will commit.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
They can't, oftentimes police departments can't solve the crimes that they're there. They're not like holding a bit, whatever.
Yeah.
Why am I arguing this?
Because you're mad about it.
I'm not.
Because Karen is all about personal rights.
I hate personal rights.
And she argues against them any chance she gets. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. After 8 months, 5,500 men have given blood samples. Only one person had refused, but I don't think it's him.
Oh.
It wasn't him. Okay. It wasn't, I promise.
Okay.
But there's no match with the killer's samples, and the police are still at a fucking loss. And they're like, even though they tested, can you imagine 5,500 fucking people that you're testing and you're just not finding him?
Yeah. After like 2,500, you're like, it's probably going to be this next guy because we've done so many.
So many.
But I mean, super props to the Leicestershire Police Department,
Totally.
who are just like, by any means necessary.
Yeah. And forward thinking, because I feel like so many people were like, DNA. I mean, it took until the O.J. Simpson trial for anyone to even know what it was, but they were like, let's use this immediately.
Yes.
Which is pretty insane. Okay. Then in August of 1987, here we are.
Yes.
More than a year after the murder of Dawn, some workmates from a local bakery are having some pints at a pub. I wrote all of that. Here would be having drinks at a bar. They're having pints at a pub. And they're workmates, not coworkers.
That's right.
I'm in England. When one of them, this dude named Kelly, he starts drunkenly bragging. He has a big mouth. Starts drunkenly bragging to his coworkers about how he had been paid £200 by one of their coworkers to impersonate him and give bloods in his place.
Oh no.
Good old Kelly, who can't keep his fucking mouth shut. Kelly, braggy, brag.
God bless you. And then at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Give
you're the
Kelly
worst.
one pint and he won't shut his fucking
Zip it.
mouth.
You have to pick better than Kelly when you're going to get somebody that's going to have a big dark secret.
That's right. Buy Kelly a bag of chips, whatever, and he'll talk. Okay. Kelly explains drunkenly to his friends that the coworker that they all knew had asked for this favor. Kelly said that he told him that he had already this guy had already taken the test for someone else who had a conviction for indecent exposure when he was younger. So now Kelly needed to take it for him. It wasn't, you know what I mean?
It wasn't his fault. He's caught up in this insane.
It's a circle.
DNA fraud link.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's right. So this coworker had doctored his passport, like cut out his little picture and put in a picture of Kelly's stupid face, and then driven him to the test center and waited outside while Kelly gave his blood sample in his place. It worked out.
Like
fine.
a carpool mom, just waited out there and run right back outside. Don't dilly-dally, Kelly.
That's right.
When you're in there, don't go talking about football.
Right.
Don't be like, that's soccer.
Yes, exactly. Luckily, there's a fucking nosy woman at the bar.
Yeah, girl.
Who fucking overhears all of this.
Yes.
And is like, wait a fucking minute. This is insane. And tells the police about it.
Yes, she does.
Yes, she does. Kelly is promptly arrested. By the end of the day, this fucking coworker is also in custody. Who's a coworker? 25-year-old Colin Pitchfork.
No.
That's his name.
Okay.
He is married to a social worker who, of course, had no fucking clue. They have 2 young sons together. He had worked at Hampshire's bakery for over a decade. And here's what it said in one of the articles. Despite his habit of constantly hitting on female employees, according to his boss, he was a good worker and had a special talent for artistic cake decorations.
I mean,
so don't fire him.
Yeah. Soon, hopefully, hopefully in the next 5 years, people will begin to integrate the idea that hitting on women
Constantly, using your word, constantly
at work shows sign of it.
That you're not a good guy.
Yeah, maybe there's an impulse control issue.
Right.
Maybe there's other
boundaries.
issues.
Just,
yeah,
you're a creep.
Just the creep issue.
Yeah. But also, he had a previous conviction for indecent exposure.
He was the indecent exposure that he was claiming
to
be covering for.
He was picked up, and after reading him his rights, the detective asked, why Dawson Ashworth? And Colin Pitchfork shrugged and replied, opportunity. She was there and I was there.
Oh.
He's just a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Then he gave so he believed in DNA evidence too, so he wasn't even going to try to fucking say it wasn't him.
Right.
He gives a detailed confession to both murders and 2 other sexual assaults that he had done.
Whoa.
He told police that when he raped and killed Linda Mann, our first victim, his car had been parked nearby and his baby son had been asleep in the back of it.
Holy shit.
That's right. And the night of Dawn's killing, that night, he returned home to his home in the village of Littlethorpe and baked a cake. Yeah. It's insane.
Immediately, I'm thinking of Paul Hollywood in the the Great British Baking Show. Have you watched it?
Yeah.
Oh, I think we've talked about it.
Yeah.
And how I'm so obsessed with it.
Yeah. It's great. Well, that comes into play.
I'm just saying, how was his sponge that night? Was it affected by his terrible crimes against humanity? Or was he able to get a nice bake?
Jesus, I don't know. He's so creepy. He does look like a normal dude, kind of, too. Except there's his mugshot, his eyeballs, his pupils look like they're just floating in his eyes.
Ew, what?
That's how dead they are. They're just it's just like someone was like, here's what a human eye is supposed to look like. And how, when you put a raw egg in water and it floats, they just look so dead that they're just...
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't he?
Yes, he has what I believe the Japanese call seppuku, where your iris doesn't touch your bottom
right
lid. And I think...
they're bobbing in there.
Yes. And they're floaters. And it means, I believe it's Japanese... culture or whatever, that you're evil if you have eyes like that.
Well, I might have done that before, so I don't want to go that far. Do mine?
No, they do not.
You promise?
Yeah, they fill up your whole eye.
Okay, great. Yeah, he just looks like... Who does he look like? He looks like a young Al Bundy, but British and dead-eyed.
Yes.
Doesn't he?
Well, the eyes are wrong.
Yeah.
They're wrong. And there's weird space. There's too much space on them.
Yeah. It doesn't look like an alien was like, here's what human eyes are like. Let's try this.
Try these.
Jesus.
Also now, just as I scroll down, and then there's just a bunch of other old black and white mugshots that are equally horrifyingly creepy.
So have a good sleep tonight. Okay, so Pitchfork also admits to exposing himself to over 1,000 women's from his early teens onward.
Jesus.
He was a fucking sexual predator.
Wow.
He progressed to sexual assault and then murder. He pleads guilty to the murder of 15-year-old Linda Mann and Dawn Ashworth's rape and murder, and is sentenced to life imprisonment, becoming the first criminal to be convicted of murder based on DNA evidence.
Wow.
That's the fucking first case. You know how everyone's always Googling that?
Here it is.
Go. This is it. I wanted to
throw down your paper there you go, motherfucker.
Well, I was going to say that as the introduction to this, but then I was like, let's save it for
good call.
You know what I mean?
Good call for storytelling.
I'm a storyteller. It's my job somehow. I don't know how that happened either, and you're welcome. It's weird. Okay. Alex Jeffries, our fucking good friend, the DNA dad.
Yep.
He becomes known as the father of genetic fingerprinting, and in 1994, he's fucking knighted for his services.
Yeah, he is.
To science and technology. In a psychiatric report about Colin Pitchfork, he's said to have personality disorder of psychopathic type, accompanied by serious psychosexual pathology, which we're all like, yeah. And it's warned that Colin Pitchfork, quote, will obviously continue to Cut that whole thing out.
Do not cut that out. I'm begging you. Please.
I am 100% not drunk. I just want to go ahead and... I mean, maybe I shouldn't say that because it makes it worse. I feel like I'm just rusty. It's been so long since we've done this.
It's been forever. No. This is good.
It's like that first show when we go back on tour after months off. And it's like,
we're all just like, what are we doing?
How do we say things? Okay.
Can't wait to see you, San Diego. It's going to be great.
Oh, no. Someone warns that the psychiatrist warns that he will, quote, obviously continue to be an extremely dangerous individual while the psychopathology continues. Like, don't let him out, essentially, is what they're saying.
Yes.
So he's sentenced to life imprisonment, as I said. But what that really means is that he has a minimum of 30 years.
Right.
Because it never fucking means life in prison, which everyone at the time is probably like, yay, we can go home now and everything will be fine.
Right.
That 30 years is reduced to 28 years in 2009 for, quote, exceptional progress while in prison.
Right. He hasn't exposed himself to anybody in prison.
So he must be fine. Now
He's doing great.
Let's take 2 of those years off.
Doing great, murderer.
In prison, he is said to have been well behaved, has gotten a degree, and has become a specialist in the transcription of printed music into Braille. So he's like kind of becomes this artistic-y guy.
Okay.
Who gives a shit? In April of 2016, so 30 years, time is just so funny in that it fucking goes by.
Yeah.
So what's 30 years? 30 years ago is now you can get out. So in April 2016, he appears before the parole board. They recommended that he not be released, but that he be moved to an open prison. So
what the fuck's an open prison?
An open prison is like basically what we would call minimum security, but also
you can't leave during the day and go to the movies, can you?
You absolutely can. And guess who does?
Colin Pitchfork.
That's right. He's 58 years old now. He's changed his name to Thorpe, so he gets to have anonymity.
That is a good call. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Pitchfork is just like, you're going straight to like the canned ham devil.
Yeah, but then it's not fair because he gets to have anonymity.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So he is living in an open prison in Gloucestershire. Didn't look that one up.
Gloucestershire?
I
believe that mine's a guess.
I think you're right.
Okay.
And he's been allowed alone on the streets for up to 6 hours at a time before being taken back to prison. He's been photographed and you can fucking see the photograph. He looks like a 60-year-old, not that old, like a young, because he's been indoors for so long, dad.
You okay?
He looks like not someone you should be afraid of.
Right.
He's been photographed on a shopping trip in Bristol City Centre browsing Bake Off books.
Okay.
Which is your favorite show.
Is the Great British Bake Off?
I think that they have, yeah.
Yeah.
Because remember, he was a baker too.
Yes, that's right. He must love that show.
Yeah. And he was eating a pulled pork roll. He's having a great old day.
Sure.
Acting like someone who hasn't killed 2 teenage girls brutally.
Right. And exposed himself to thousands.
Right. He now has the right to unsupervised overnight stays in the community. And they're doing this in a way to prepare him to get out soon.
Right.
So like he can go look for jobs. He can prep, like find a place to live. They're like prepping for him to fucking leave.
Okay.
This last May of 2018, a parole hearing was due to take place, but was canceled after a review of the case paperwork by the parole board. The parole board probably read the fucking file and were like, oh, Jesus,
no.
I don't want him near my teenage daughters.
Yeah. Well, and also because that first time he got somebody to give blood in his...
Right.
You can't act like this isn't somebody who is like not a mastermind murderer.
Totally. Who knows that if I'm good in prison, I'll be let out someday.
Yes.
When I'm young enough to continue killing. It's not like he's a feeble 90-something-year-old man.
No, you're exactly right. He's a legit psychopath who's like raring to go.
Yeah. I feel like people who have admitted to being fucking psychopathic murderers and violent ones at that, who have a completely perfect record, should be more, like feared more than the ones who keep fucking up in prison. It's like, you're so good at controlling your craziness that you can do it for fucking 30 years.
Yes.
And make people believe you.
I just feel like people shouldn't get out until, like you're saying, they're feeble.
Yeah.
Essentially, and that they can't do anything.
Right.
Like, why would you release a double murderer in like essentially the prime of his life.
Totally. Yeah. And let him change his name so he can be anonymous. Meanwhile, of course, the families of Linda and Dawn are fucking up in arms and so pissed off about this.
Yes.
And they're, of course, doing all kinds of crazy petitions and everything. Linda's mother, Kath Eastwood, she's fucking pissed off and is fighting Colin Pitchfork being released. She's pissed off because the parole board wouldn't even let the victims' families speak to talk about what a piece of shit he is. They just like let him go on fucking day trips.
Right.
They are fighting him being released or allowed back into the general public. Kath Eastwood said, "You can say he is a well-behaved prisoner, but don't ever forget that he is a well-behaved double child killer."
Yes.
Which Kath, yes. She and the other family members of Linda and Dawn are working on petitions to fight Pitchfork ever being released, but he does have another parole hearing coming up soon in the future.
So the one that got canceled was because the parole board was like, no, we're not considering this?
Yeah, because I think that the
There's
public...
been such an uproar.
Right.
Good.
So there's a huge uproar about it. And so it's been postponed, but it's going to happen again.
Right.
But yeah, that is the Footpath Murders, aka the first criminal to be convicted of murder based on DNA evidence ever.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
So crazy.
We'll post a photo of him now so we can all keep an eye out.
Yeah. Watch out, England.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
I know.
So creepy.
I feel like there's all those, like, we have now truth in sentencing laws, meaning a life sentence is a fucking life sentence. But I don't think it's proactive.
Retroactive?
Thank you.
Backwards active?
Back that way.
Yes. Right. Back there.
Yeah. So whatever you got sentenced to when you were sentenced doesn't change. It's
Right.
just for people now, which is stupid. And could not be true. I'm just saying that.
No, I get it. I mean, it's just that you just don't hear, and maybe it's just because it's not as big of a deal, but it's like there's people who get arrested for dealing pot and they stay in jail for 10 years.
Yeah.
Like all of these things, it's just, and we have to say this last, they just did sign in some huge legal reform bill that's like a big deal. It was actually bipartisan, which is unbelievable that anything bipartisan is happening in this country right now. But like legal reform is definitely on the docket for a lot of people these days. Thank God.
Yeah.
And that's just one of the things that has to be looked at. It's like there are people who are incarcerated for years and years who have like victimless crimes.
Yeah.
And those people should be getting paroled and be put into these like release programs
Or drug programs instead of prison time at all.
that stuff. And then there'll be plenty of room for for serial killers,
Yeah.
for double murderers, for people who plan who don't see human life as valuable as their own, and who do things for pleasure that should absolutely not be happening.
Whose psychiatrist says he will do this again if he's let out.
Of course he will do it again.
Yeah.
We've all learned that at this point. Everyone can sing along to that song.
And even if he's a fucking upstanding citizen now, you don't those two girls, Linda and fucking Dawn, don't get chances to be upstanding citizens. Don't get to go fucking do British Bake Off.
But the other thing that they never talk about is he's not an upstanding citizen.
Yeah.
He's an upstanding prisoner,
Right.
which means that he's not shivving people left, right, and center.
Right.
That doesn't mean he's a good person.
Yeah.
He's getting along to go along.
Yeah.
He's making it work so he can get out.
Yeah.
He's doing what needs to get done. Like you said, he's more devious.
Yeah.
It's scarier. He's a psychopath.
Yeah.
He wants to murder people.
Yeah.
Oy.
It's the potato clause, but with murder.
Let's act like murder is as bad as gaining weight.
Let's do that.
Let's culturally, let's try to just get that going a little
How
bit.
about, we'll stop fat shaming and we'll
Steven.
instead murder shame.
Yes, fat shaming, body shaming can be finally put to an end
Right.
by all of us.
Yeah.
And let's get some murder shaming
Let's
going.
try that instead. Let's go on Instagram and shame murderers and comment on murderers' Instagrams instead of on people who...
You look a little murdery in this picture.
Yeah.
Have you been murdering?
Yeah.
Have you been sitting at
murdering
home
too
murdering
much?
people?
Cool.
All right.
fucking hooray.
It's fucking hooray time. Do you have one?
I do. Do you?
I do.
You want to go first? Or you want me to
Is
go
this
first?
now the fucking hooray challenge?
Let's hit them at the same time. Ready?
You can go first.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. I don't know why I have to preface it with this, but ever since we lost our house when I was 16 years old to the bank, I've lived in apartments and rented and just kind of had that, nomadic apartment-y lifestyle, and thought I always fucking would for the rest of my life, and never even dreamed of anything else because it was impossible.
Right.
This podcast in so many ways has changed our fucking life. And that includes the fact that just a couple weeks ago, we closed escrow, Vince and I, on a house.
Yeah.
And we're going to be homeowners for the first time. And it's this gorgeous little bungalow that the first 2 times, it was the first house we saw. And after we looked around, I started crying because I realized that I could have it,
Yeah.
And the second time I went there, I cried too. It reminds me of my grandma's house, which was like kind of my safe haven in between all these things happening. She died a few years ago, but I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It just doesn't feel real, and I love it so much, and I'm so happy. And so thanks for helping me with that, everyone.
Well, on behalf of everyone else, we say you're welcome. You deserve it.
Thank you.
And yeah, it's so exciting.
It's really crazy. It's really I just keep saying to Vince, we bought a house.
Yeah.
I mean, the bank owns it for the time being, but
Sure.
we bought a house. We have a home.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
That's very cool.
Really cool. And so there'll be a pod basement instead of a pod loft.
I ain't going into that basement. First of all, there's not supposed to be basements in California. So something very strange has happened in that home.
Absolutely.
We're going to have to have a Ouija board seance.
Let's do it.
Like on the first night that you move in.
Okay.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. What's yours?
Yeah. Well, I guess mine, my friend Ryan Sickler just started a brand new podcast called The Honeydew. And the first episode came out. His co-host is Josh Adam Myers, who's another comic who's really funny. And so Ryan's old podcast is The Crab Feast.
Yeah.
Ryan Sickler and Jay Larson hosted The Crab Feast for years. It's a great podcast. There's tons of hilarious people on it. And I met those guys and did that podcast. So anyway, Ryan Sickler started the Honeydew podcast. There's one episode out, and it basically, he named it that because that's the least popular fruit of anybody. Like that's the fruit everybody leaves on their plate at restaurants. And that he basically is like, it's a podcast about coming on and talking about how you are a honeydew melon in your life, and basically telling like sad stories or stories of rejection or loss or disappointment or whatever. And basically laughing about it because that's kind of all you can do. And he starts with his own story. And I'm telling you, it is a fucking unbelievable. Like I had no idea that's what his life was like growing up. It was awful. And it's unbelievable because he's one of the best guys. Like it's just unbelievable. So, if you're into that kind of comedy or Ryan's he's got an album out, he's done a bunch of stuff, but, if you're a fan or you're looking for a new podcast with like a completely different flavor, I recommend it because it's really enjoyable and it's really good storytelling, but it's also very poignant at the same time. It kind of blew my mind a little bit.
That sounds good. I am going to listen to it. I like fucked up stories.
Yeah, it's just fucked up.
Okay.
It's pretty fucked up. All right. Well, that's that then.
Thanks for listening and happy 2019. Let's fucking get through this year together.
Yeah. I hope you guys had a great new year.
Yeah.
And, so much to come in 2019. The ball is rolling. Let's have fun.
Yeah. Let's do it.
And let's stay sexy.
And don't get murdered.
Bye.
Bye. Elvis, want cookie?
The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why there's Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's US-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, whatever turns out you don't like it or need it, but They don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye.
Vacation planning should feel like a breeze, not a deep dive into countless travel sites searching for the best deal.
With Cheap Caribbean's Budget Beach Finder, you can search every destination and every date all in one search.
You'll save time and money with the Budget Beach Finder.
Say goodbye to endless scrolling and tab hopping and hello to Budget Beach Bliss at your fingertips.
Go to cheapcaribbean.com to try out the Budget Beach Finder and see just how stress-free vacation planning should be.
Goodbye. Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry.
Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and moments that make the season unforgettable.
From sun-kissed metals to personalized pieces ready to be engraved with your summer mantra.
Each design moves with you from beach days to golden nights and every memory in between.
Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection in-store or online at pandora.net and let your summer unfold. Goodbye.